In 2012, Adrian Peterson shocked the world. Now, everybody knew that he was great. Everybody knew that he was one of those guys that comes around every so often. He was one of those guys. Everybody knew that. But what Adrian Peterson did in 2012 was unbelievable. Now let's go ahead and backtrack. Now in 2011, the Vikings were playing the Redskins and Adrian Peterson actually injured his ACL. He actually ended up tearing his ACL. Now after suffering an ACL injury, not a lot of people can bounce back the following year and perform like Adrian Peterson did. Adrian Peterson had a career year after suffering that ACL injury. Now Adrian Peterson almost beat Eric Dickerson for the single season rushing record. Adrian Peterson only lost by 8, putting him at second on the list. But what we're going to be doing today is to see that if Adrian Peterson can get that #1 spot, can hold the crown. Because in 2012, I am looking at these stats. These stats are from Madden 2012 or Madden 12. And I'm looking at these stats, and Adrian Peterson only had 2 great offensive linemen, one being Steve Hutchinson, and the other one was a 85 overall. The other 3 offensive linemen were a low 70 overall. So what I decided to do today was build an offensive line to see if Adrian Peterson can go ahead and hold that crown. Now what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. And basically that's a what if kind of video, like a what if situation, what if scenario. First and foremost, shout out to RBT, shout out to K, shout out to Bodybag or Juice Man. I know Juice Man did this a while ago for 2K, and there's a whole bunch of other people that probably do these what if type of videos as well, but just shout out to those guys and shout out to everybody else. Now no, these are not going to be the only kind of videos that I will be uploading. I will still be uploading all the other content that I do have on the channel still. Mud Roulette coming real soon. You guys don't want to miss it. But I kind of want to start doing these videos because I'm pretty sure I've gained more than 3/4 of my subscribers have come from my theme draft, my creative theme draft type of videos. And this what if type of series or what if type of videos have another aspect of creativity that I really like. But the creativity that can come out of these type of videos is just amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoy these type of videos. This is my first time ever doing it, but hopefully you guys enjoy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this video. But if you guys do not know what we are doing, Adrian Peterson, he's currently sitting at 2nd place for single season rushing yard record. Eric Dickerson being #1. Adrian Peterson only lost by 8 yards. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to see if Adrian Peterson can beat Eric Dickerson with a little help, with a little boosted up offensive line. Because like I said, Adrian Peterson's offensive line in 2012 wasn't necessarily the best, but let's take a look at Adrian Peterson's stats. Now these stats that I gave him were from Madden 2012 as well, so let's take a look. So Adrian Peterson has 97 speed, 97 acceleration. That is what Madden 2012 gave him. Pretty understandable, pretty reasonable, and 81 carry. We all know Adrian Peterson. Every Madden he has such low carrying, but I didn't expect him to give him Adrian Peterson 81 carrying in 2012. 99 ball carrier vision, 90 trucking, 97 stiff arm, 95 spin move, and 98 juke move. So these stats are not super OP by any means. They are really good because Adrian Peterson was really good. Adrian Peterson is really good, and he's only a 95 overall, so not overly cheesy by any means. But let's take a look at the offensive line. Now you guys remember me saying Adrian Peterson only had 2 good offensive linemen when he played. One being Steve Hutch, who was a 92 overall back then, but we're going to be using Richie Incognito, who's a 91. We're going to be using Tyrone Smith, and the other guy was an 85 overall left tackle for Adrian Peterson. So the left side was loaded for AP, and we have a loaded left side as well. Tyrone Smith and Richie Incognito, both amazing run blockers. We have John Sullivan, and we also have Try Turner, and we also have Zach Strafe. Now these guys, Zach Strafe and Try Turner and John Sullivan, I didn't give Adrian Peterson like super OP linemen. I want to make this somewhat fair. I don't want to just give Adrian Peterson all like 95 plus overall offensive linemen. That's why I decided to keep these 3 guys in the high 80s, not in the 90s. But yeah, this offensive line is still monstrous nonetheless. So let's see if Adrian Peterson can do this. So here we go. We're simulating through week 1. Now here we go. This is the moment of truth. Let's go and see Adrian Peterson's rushing yards through 1 week. Let's go ahead and take a look. Adrian Peterson had, in his very first game, he had 93 yards on 22 carries. Alright, that's not bad by any means, almost a 100-yard game, but if we want to break ED or Eric Dickerson's record, we need to average a lot more per game, AP. Let's take a look at week 2. Here we go, simulating through week 2, simming through week 2. Adrian Peterson, please have more than 150 yards. I know you're capable of a 150-yard plus game. Moment of truth here. Let's go over to rushing, and Adrian Peterson now has 190 yards. Alright, so almost a 100-yard game yet again. So he's sitting at almost 200 on 43 carries. Let's go ahead and simulate through the midway point. Actually, we're not just gonna sim to the midway point just yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more week. Let's take a look at the week 3 stats. let's go ahead and take a look at Adrian Peterson's week 3 stats. Alright, well, so far we're sitting at a nice 1-2 record. We need to change that. Like, these games have been super close. Like, we've lost by 2 this game, we lost by 3 this game, and we won this game by 6. So yeah, these games have been fairly close, but Adrian Peterson's stats for this game, let's go and take a look. Alright, let's go. So Adrian Peterson, week 3 against the Panthers, 20 carries, 122 yards. Now we need more games like this if we want to at least even tie our own personal record with Adrian Peterson, let alone try to beat Eric Dickerson. We need way better games, but let's go and take a look through midway season. Let's go and take a look at the Giants. We actually ended up losing against the Giants pretty badly, 21-35, but let's see if Adrian Peterson did anything worthwhile. Let's see if Adrian Peterson did anything great. Now AP has 16 carries and 89 rushing yards. That could have probably been a lot more, but the thing is, the Vikings were probably trailing by a lot the whole game, so that's why they didn't really run the ball with Adrian Peterson, which I can't understand. But 16 carries and getting 89 yards out of 16 carries is really great, but that's not going to be enough to get what we want. But let's take a look at the Texans. We ended up winning 31, so winning by 10. That means that grounding and pounding was definitely a thing. Adrian Peterson, moment of truth, is going to have 178 yards on 18 carries. Yo, that's actually insane. Yo, Adrian Peterson, keep this up for the latter half, for the back half of the season, and this might be doable. But let's see against the Eagles. The Eagles don't really have the best defense, but Adrian Peterson, let's take a look. Adrian Peterson, 17 for 81. Man, you're better than this, AP. You're better than this for sure. You're definitely better than this. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Bears. Now, the Bears defense, I don't know, man, the Bears defense. But let's go ahead and take a look at how AP did rushing the ball against the Bears. Adrian Peterson, 132-24. Oh, yo, Adrian Peterson, let's take a look at how, as a whole, how much yards Adrian Peterson has up to this point. Tell me Adrian Peterson's leading rushing, and Jamal Charles? Jamal Charles is beating AP with the juice stat that AP has? Alright, AP's not trailing by, okay, yeah, he's trailing by like almost 80. Yeah, that's pretty bad, yo, AP. AP has 2 more carries as well, so that means that Jamal Charles is just playing out of his mind. But AP has 700, basically 800 yards halfway through the season. So that means to get what we want, to achieve the goal that we have set, we need Adrian Peterson to just actually go man mode, what we've seen him do in the past. We need him to do that in the last half of the season. But let's go ahead and skip to the playoffs. Here we go, guys. We are simulated all the way through the playoffs. Now let's see if the Vikings are in the playoffs. No, that's the roster. We're not to the record yet. And Vikings are 10-6. All right, yo, this is great. Vikings are 10-6. So that means that we were guaranteed a first round bye. So good news is we have a spot in the playoffs. But the iffy news, if that's even a thing, is we don't know if Adrian Peterson accomplished the goal or not. But here we go. Moment of truth. Time to be great. Time to see if Adrian Peterson did what we wanted him to do. With this new offensive line, Adrian Peterson had 1.7. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and compare Adrian Peterson's 2012 season to this season, because I'm pretty sure 2012 AP had like 300 plus attempts. So if Adrian Peterson in this scenario had 300 plus attempts, I easily think Adrian Peterson probably could have gotten that record. But let's go ahead and compare these two real quick. So yeah, in 2012, Adrian Peterson had like 348 attempts, and this Adrian Peterson in this scenario barely has 300. So yeah, I definitely think, I don't know, man, it's gonna come close. He might have 2K yards if we had those extra carries. Who knows? At this rate, I mean, 1.7 is not bad, but with this offensive line that we gave him, I mean, that's not the best, but don't get me wrong, 1.7 is still great. Let's take a look at who actually led the lead. Hopefully, if AP led the lead, then I wouldn't be too mad. I wouldn't be too upset. But let's see. It better not be Jamal. It's Jamal. Yo, Jamal beat AP. Dude, Adrian Peterson is always coming in second and always losing by single digits. Like, he lost to Eric Dickerson by 8, and he lost to Jamal Charles by 5. Yo, AP, I feel bad for you, man. He's kind of like Kevin Durant in this situation. Like, KD is always second behind LeBron, but yo, AP, I feel bad, man. But bright side is you can still bring home the Super Bowl trophy for us, baby. Alright, so in the divisional round, Vikings are playing the Saints. Let's go ahead and simulate this. Hopefully we could get to the next round. Hopefully we could get to the conference champs. And yes, we are definitely in it against the Seahawks. Hold on, let's go ahead and take a look at Adrian Peterson against the Saints. Let's go ahead and take a look at those stats. So we ended up dominating 38-14. So that means that Adrian Peterson definitely was feasting. That means that Adrian Peterson definitely had to go off. And AP, 123 for 21 attempts. Alright, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Time to advance to the Seahawks. Now we know the LOB. We know the Seahawks defense is actually filthy. So let's see what Adrian Peterson can do. Can we get into the Super Bowl? Adrian Peterson, I don't think we made it into the Super Bowl. I think we lost to the Seahawks in the conference champs. No way. Say it ain't so. Please, AP, tell me you had at least 150. Tell me it wasn't your fault that we lost. Here we go, post game. Don't tell me we lost because of you, AP, and we ended up getting actually smacked around. We ended up losing 10-38. Yeah, AP definitely didn't have over. AP definitely had no way AP had over 100 yards being down by that deficit. Yeah, Adrian Peterson, 16 attempts, 77 carries. Oh man, Adrian Peterson, unfortunately we couldn't achieve the goal we set out for AP even with the offensive line that we gave him. Alright guys, well that's pretty much gonna wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Till next time guys, this is Kahuna. I'm checking out.